Give everyone at your next event a super awesome mix with our mixtape cards. Each one comes with a personalized message and photo along with a QR code that takes them to your mix on whatever streaming service they use: Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or YouTube. They're perfect for birthdays, weddings, graduations, and even holiday cards. Go to superawesomemix.com/mixtapes and bring back the magic of the mixtape at your next special occasion. Welcome back to another Super Awesome Mix. My name is Matt Sidholm alongside my co-host and co-founder of Super Awesome Mix, Sam Abusalvi. Sam, how are we feeling this week?
Feeling pretty good, especially after listening to this mix. You know, I feel comforted in a weird way, right?
In a weird way, yeah. I think that's a good way of describing it. So I think we're going to have kind of a polarizing mix this week, and I think that's kind of intentional, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I believe we came up with this mix as we often do in the episode of another mix that we recorded. We come up with these ideas on these like offshoot conversations. So this is the Stockholm Syndrome mix, and basically we were charged with picking each 6 songs that represented either a band or a song where when you first heard it, you were like, this is an awful song, or like, I hate this song, don't like the band, I want nothing to do with it. But for whatever reason, and often is the case, like these are like top 40 songs, you just kept hearing it over and over and over. And eventually like, you're like, okay, like I kind of like this song. And you get to the point where you're like, oh yeah, this song is on, let's go.
Yeah, so just to level set, okay, I looked up the clinical definition here. Stockholm Syndrome is defined as a psychological response where hostages or abuse victims develop a positive bond with their captors or abusers, okay? So yeah, you're exactly right. Musically, it's I hated this song at first, but just somehow over time, I've grown to love this song.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. You hear that phrase a lot to kind of encapsulate that exact journey. So we thought like that happens with music. That definitely happens with music.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Where at first you just feel, just you object to everything about this song. And then, and then one day you're putting it on a mix. You're like, oh, I love this song. This brings me back.
No doubt. So, we're going to start with your first pick. And this one, it's actually the second time this song has made an appearance on the mix. But it is #selfie by Chainsmokers.
Yeah. I mean, the first time I heard this song, I honestly thought it was a joke. Like I thought it was like a parody song because I was like, this is a terrible song.
Yeah.
I think when I very first heard it, it was in a Tiesto mix. Like I love listening to he does these like hour-long weekly podcast episodes that are just him mixing songs. And he included this song, and the way he even brought it up, I literally thought it was just like a parody song. He's like, oh, that's cool. He's putting this in there. But then it turns out it was a full song. And I was like, someone made this song. Like how? Why? And I think this was kind of Chainsmokers' big kind of breakout hit too.
I think it was.
That kind of got them on the scene. And so I didn't know who they were. I was just incredulous that this song was playing anywhere. But by the, let's say, 50th time that I heard it, I kind of got hooked. I kind of started to be like, I get it. Like, it's kind of catchy,
And so that's the number, 50.
I think it was number. 50. 50 is the number, and then like it just generated all these memes and it became like a whole thing. Like at first, let me take a selfie. And like the music video also, I ended up watching the music video. Like I just kept going further and further into selfie world rather than running away from it. And so by the end of it, I was like, yes, this song's on and here we are. So.
Yeah, this was on our earworm mix, and so once you hear this, you'll recognize it, and it's definitely an earworm. But yeah, I mean, I remember hearing it, and then I'd kind of forgotten about it, and then you put it on the earworm mix, and then the second I saw it here, I was like, oh man, and yeah, I could see how it would wear you down, right? I'm not at that level yet, I will say, with this song. Sure. I'm still in the I can live without it side of it. but I'm definitely like I'm like, okay, and it gets stuck in your head, and you kind of start bobbing along, and
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think a lot
Yeah.
of these Stockholm Syndrome songs ended up kind of earwormy as well.
Definitely. Yes. They just find a way to embed themselves so that you keep listening to it hours after you've stopped listening to it. I think that's kind of their secret for sure. All right. So track number 2, we both had a feeling that this was going to happen, but we actually both picked songs from this band because I can't think of a better band that encapsulates Stockholm Syndrome music than the Black Eyed Peas. So your pick, and it's your first pick on the mix, is I Got a Feeling.
Yeah, definitely. We kind of laughed when this happened because, and I mean, honestly, we could have picked some others, right?
Right.
Like honorable mention goes to Boom Boom Pow, which didn't make the mix, but
Yes.
very well could have. All right. Like this one starts out and it's just like, what is this? Is that an organ or something that they start with? And then I mean, yeah, like the first time I heard this song, I was like, all right, I have no interest in listening to this ever again. But this song is ubiquitous. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you hear it everywhere. I don't even remember what year it came out, but my kids still like this is a very kid friendly song. So you hear it at a lot of kid birthday parties and stuff. And yeah, I mean, and so it's just like, oh god, this is miserable. This is miserable. And then what's going to happen is you're going to find yourself at a wedding, and of course they're going to play this, right? And by the time they roll around to 10 nights that night for the second time, I mean, you're going to be in there like the situation, just fist pumping in the middle of the dance floor.
I immediately went to weddings too. I think my wife and I actually put this on our do not playlist for our DJ. I think we included this song. Like, you cannot play this song of I Got a Feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. Oh my goodness. And like the lyrics. Can we talk about the lyrics that the Black Eyed Peas produce? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, there's
magic.
literally a section where they just
Poetry.
write, let's do it and do it and do it, do it, do it. Like, what are we doing?
Hold on. Now I'm going to jump in with let's do it. Yeah. No, go with that. Go with that, Apple D app. No, jump in with let's do it. Right there. Yep.
It's like they write lyrics of their songs like 5 minutes before they arrive at the recording studio, and
yeah,
they're like,
this is a cram session. It's just like, guys, remember they gave us that money 6 months ago to write an album? Well, today's the day we're recording it. Okay, hold on. All right, how far is the drive? I mean, with traffic, 27 minutes. Okay.
yeah, it's not a reach, right? It's not a reach for them to arrive at these lyrics in a handful of minutes. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. Okay, great. I love it. Let's do it.
Yeah. No, he just wants something general, right? Like, do it. Do it.
We don't want. Yeah,
Let's
exactly. We want to be for all fans. We don't want to cut anyone out of the equation, So if we mentioned what we're doing, we might lose 50% of our audience. But if we just say, let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's going to know what it is.
And look, let's just make it a good night. Not a great night.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's going to be a good night. Okay. That's a low enough bar. A lot of people can have a good night.
Yeah. I love it.
All right. Well, and this, of course we never planned this, but this is always how it works out. Okay. We had this as these ended up being back to back. Your Black Eyed Peas pick was Pump It.
Yeah. I mean, again, written 10 minutes before they sung the song. Yeah. Like, there is, I don't even know, but they're just so catchy. And I heard the song first and I was like, oh my God, I don't like the song. And like, I don't like the Black Eyed Peas. And they're like, who's giving them money to keep producing music? Like, please stop. but then I just kept hearing it. And then I got to the point where I started to play it ironically. And I think that's another trap is you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to play this even though I like hate it. Haha. But then you're like, I kind of really love this song.
No, let's just leave it to the end, guys. Wouldn't this be a hilarious goof? Okay, nobody change it, please.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happens. But I mean, this is a catchy song. This is a very catchy song. Like, it's just, it I don't know, grew on me. And now I actually used to play a remix version of it in my spin classes back when I was a spin instructor. And people liked it. It was a good song. It was a good song to spin to. It just makes you want to move.
Well, and you got to give a lot of credit to the sample they use here. Okay, Dick
Yes.
Dale and the Deltones, Miserlou. Okay, and that got kind of a second life in the movie Pulp Fiction.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, like that song is awesome, right? And it's kind of this
Yes.
classic surf rock, guitar riff, and I think that lends itself to this song being likable and wearing you
Yes.
down. But yeah, I mean, just lyrically, pump it louder, pump it louder. Like, all right. And there's a few raps in there, like
Sure.
Fergie gets a couple runs. I don't know. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but I'm with you. I used it on when I was coaching a basketball team, we used it for our highlight film one year. Okay. Like, all right, let's roll, guys. Pump it.
That would make for a good one.
Yeah.
Good backing track for that. I like it. All right, let's move on to your next pick. So it is in parentheses, I Can't Help, and then Falling in Love with You by UB40.
Okay, so this is a cover song. Elvis did the original in 1961, and then about 30 years onward, okay, in the 90s, UB40 decided to put their own spin on it as part of the soundtrack for a very forgettable movie called Sliver.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Yeah. No, you shouldn't, right? Terrible movie.
Yeah.
It was Sharon Stone's follow-up to Basic Instinct. So it was kind of a big deal because she had made such a splash in Basic Instinct, right? But yeah, when this one came on, I was like, what is this? Oh my gosh. Because like the Elvis song is a very like kind of sweet romantic song.
Yes.
Right. And then there's this. And then if you ever, and again, nobody go out and watch this movie because I can't even describe the plot. It doesn't even really make sense. But the whole music video for this is centered around this movie. Like it's very much associated with this movie. This is a romantic song. That is not a romantic movie. So there's also some dissonance there. So like the music video doesn't make sense. The connection doesn't make sense. But over time, I kind of started to like it. And I think it's the horns maybe at the end that kind of kick in. Like I'm like, this is kind of fun. And maybe it's a sense of nostalgia. I don't know, but man, I don't know what's happened. But this song over time, really, I was like, okay, I think I'm in on this, and I kind of want to turn it up. And yeah,
I'm sure that nostalgia plays a huge role in a lot of these songs, right? Like we as people, as human beings, tend to kind of gloss over painful parts of things in history. Like we'll look back. I feel like everyone, like presidents are a great example. You look back at past presidents, you're like, oh, he was great. But like during the administration, you're like, this is the worst president we've ever had, like. But now you're like, what's that guy doing? Can we bring him back? Did he do 2 terms or can he run again?
I think there's this phenomenon where it's like we have to describe what's going on now as the worst time possible. So anything prior to this was better. Right?
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, we had gas lines with Jimmy Carter, but remember how cheap gas was? I mean, come on. Like maybe he kind of had something there.
That's awesome. Yes. But yeah, I think this song, I agree, it just feels so chill, like you're kind of like, I don't know why it exists, but the more you listen to it, you're like, maybe it exists just because it's so chill. And maybe that's what it's here for.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever thought, you wonder what Elvis would have thought of this, right? If he was alive to see it. If he would have been like, I think this does need a reggae version. Yes.
It like took out all of the oomph of it and like the emotional quality to it. And it just basically turned it into like a song that you could just play in the background.
There's no emotion. There's no emotion. That's a great point. Yeah. All right. Well, here's a song that's slightly more emotional. Okay. Your next pick, track 5, it is Sorry by Justin Bieber.
So yeah, this one's a little bit of both the song and the artist, because in the beginning I was very anti-Bieber of his music and just like, I don't know, I didn't get it. And this song in particular, I think obviously was like a huge breakout, or not breakout, but just a huge song of his that got played everywhere all the time. And so I just wanted nothing to do with it, but it would come on all the time. And, I think people would play it in spin classes, like other instructors would have remixes of it. And so it just started to do its thing. Like it just started to grow on me. And I got to the point where I was like, oh, I think I get it. I think he's really good at pop music. And I just started to listen to more of his music, and I was like, yep, he's really good at pop music. I admit it. I admit defeat, but wow, he's talented at this. Like say, let's ignore everything about the man Justin Bieber and all of that, but like he can make pop hits, and he certainly did over his career. So yeah, this one grew on me, even though the first several times I heard the song, did not like the song. It also got stuck in my head. I just felt it was like annoying and whiny, and I don't know, I didn't like anything about it. But then now I'm like, yeah, Sorry's on. I remember that song. Great song. I've always loved it.
So I'm going to show my age here that like when this came around, I don't even think I was like I didn't even know it existed type of thing. Right.
Right.
And then obviously my daughter just turned 12. So it's like, this is very much in the mix for her, even though it's kind of I think it came out probably before she was born. But she'll listen to this. And so that's how I became aware of it. But I just, my first note here was like, this is a great call by you, because it is like, when I first heard this, oh my God, Jesus, well, what am I listening to? Right. Like,
right.
But then after a while, I'm like, this isn't bad. Okay. I like the change there. Okay. He changed up the rhythm a little bit. That's pretty good. And okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm 100% with you. I kind of definitely was out on this pretty quickly upon hearing it at first, but I've come around to where I'm like, oh, this isn't bad. Now that might be relative to some of the other stuff she listens to. I may just be like, I don't know, go back to Sorry. I'm good.
Right, exactly. Your grading of music has to change because of what's available to you. Yeah. This is the least disagreeable music.
Right.
All right, let's move on to track number 6. Great pick here, and it's all coming back to me now by Celine Dion.
Yeah, so this song came out in the mid-90s. I think I was just starting college when this came out. And so, I mean, this is squarely adult contemporary, right? Like, this is not something you're listening to at 18 years old. But this song was everywhere, right? And so it's like, you couldn't escape it. It was on the radio. There was a music video. Like, there was all of it, right? And over time, it just became this song that I'm like, you know what? She's got a really good voice, like, okay. Hey, look, I can't fault her for singing. All right. And then you hear it again. It's like, God, that's a pretty good intro. The way it swells up. Okay. I kind of like that. And then like, again, I'll go back to my daughter. She recently discovered this, and she's like, oh, leave that song on. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. And now I'm squarely in the adult contemporary category. Yes. And so now I'm like all in. I'm like, yes. So it took me 30 years. I had to catch up to this song, but I mean, I love this song. I'm willing to say that. But I will say when it came out, I was very much out on this song.
I'm with you. Like I had a similar journey. I think my first introduction to Celine Dion was the Titanic song, which she's probably sick of doing, right? I mean, it's like,
oh yeah.
And so I didn't care for the movie. I didn't care for the song. I was like, no. I was far too young to like connect with any of it. But then over the years, same deal. Like I've listened to more of her music. And then of course she did one of the last songs in the Olympic opening ceremony, singing from the Eiffel Tower. And
it's incredible.
Blown away. Yeah. Completely blown away. Like unbelievable. Yeah. Her voice is incredible. And so I'm like listening to this now and I'm like, yeah, it's all coming back to me now.
The title even fits how we feel about it now.
Yes. It was her long game this whole time.
God, talk about musical brilliance. I mean, how do you pull that off? But she did it.
Just sheer talent. This is a song you just have to start singing along with. I mean, it's just so good. It's so good. Yeah. Yes.
Great karaoke song if you can pull it off. If you can pull it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, not a great karaoke song here. Track 7. This is called Chutes and Ladders by Korn.
I was like laughing when I picked this song because even today, there's moments where I'm like, why? How is this music? Like, what am I listening to? Why am I listening to it? Um, but here's kudos to Korn, right? So Korn has some great songs. I actually really do like them, and I've grown to like them more and more as I've listened more to like hard rock and metal and everything. If you're into that genre, like Korn is one of the greats from that time period. Here's where this song wins me over. Number one, how many songs do you know, like contemporary music songs that integrate a bagpipe for like the first like 2 minutes of the song? You know, that's not many. It's impressive. And
that's fair.
And do it in a way where you're like, okay, yeah, you know, like I feel that drum beat behind it. Like I'm kind of getting into this. And then he gets a lot of points because he turned a bunch of children's rhymes into a really dark song, just a really freaking dark song. And I'm also very impressed by that. Like this, you know, you're like, if you just read the lyrics alone, you'd probably be like, oh, this is a great kid song.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah. First
like
off, shout out to our Scottish listeners who just, I mean, bagpipe music is just pop music over there, Sam. So I just want to make sure that everyone knows we're culturally aware. All right.
It's just pop music over there. That's all they listen to.
That's all they listen to. It's a lot of bagpipes. Anyway, we love you guys. Keep listening. Okay.
Keep on listening.
Yeah. Sam, I thought for a second that I was listening to one of your picks for the worst mix ever when I heard this song. Yes. I hated this song. And maybe and I get it. The whole point with Stockholm Syndrome is you do hate it at first, and then eventually you come around. But I didn't even want to finish listening to it for the first time. So I don't know how I'm going to go back. What was the number earlier? 50? I don't know how I'm getting to 50 on Chutes and Ladders to where I'm like, yeah, okay, there we go.
I'm just going to have to rickroll you over the next couple of years. I like, Matt, we just got an email. You got to click this link in there. Like, it's amazing. There's this guest who wants to come on the show. You click the link, and it's just going to be this song. I'll check in with you in a couple of years. We'll see how you feel.
A couple of years, I'm at the Korn concert holding up a sign. Play Chutes and Ladders.
That's my favorite.
We love you.
That's awesome. Okay, this is another artist. Let's move on to track 8 here. Another artist that had to be on this mix. Like, just alongside Black Eyed Peas, I think we all have this relationship with this singer. The song is Fireball. It is, of course, by the one and only Mr. Worldwide, a.k.a. Pitbull, and it features John Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, if the Black Eyed Peas are the gold medalists in this category, I mean, Pitbull is a very, very honorable silver medalist, okay?
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
And I could have picked, I don't know, 17 songs to go on this.
Any song he's ever produced.
Yeah. Is you're just annoyed by it at first, and then it's because of course he's going to start much like DJ Khaled. He's got to tell you who he is, right? Mr. Worldwide. Okay, here we go. It's like, all right, we got it, Pitbull, because all your songs sound the same, so we know exactly who we're listening to. Okay.
I also now know anytime someone's going to call me from Miami, I know it because of him. It's great. We all know Miami's area code.
It's a great point. Yeah. I mean, all the cell phone companies can take that feature off just for Miami because Pitbull has taught us. Yeah. Yeah, but this one, I mean, again, it's you're drinking a Mountain Dew, right? It's empty calories. And it's just, all right, okay, here we go, Mr. Worldwide. But then, the more you listen to it, again, it just starts to wear you down to where by the end you're screaming Fireball with everybody else, right? I mean, great wedding song. Yes. This is a great wedding song because they bring it down, then they bring it back. I mean, all the things. So yeah, I mean, this is I don't know, just anything by Pitbull just falls squarely into this category.
I totally agree. Yeah, he makes a really good like party song, like where he can get the crowd in. And I agree, like doing the like get a little bit quieter now thing, right? Like from that other song, get a little bit softer now, and then a little bit louder now, and a little bit shout.
Yeah. Shout.
Yeah. Like I think that you put that in a song, you're guaranteed you're going to be in this category. Where at first you hear it, you're like, oh, you might like eye roll a little bit, but then by the 10th time you hear it at some party or a wedding, like you said, like you're going to be really into it. You're going to have a lot of fun, and you're just going to let yourself just let yourself celebrate. So yeah, well done to Pitbull to write a song about one of the worst drinks, I think, on this planet, by the way. That's just one of the worst ones. A cinnamon flavored whiskey. The only incident, like the only encounter I had with Fireball was many, many years ago. And I ended up swimming in the Pacific Ocean at 2 a.m. in the morning. So that was it for me that one time. That was it.
That was it. That was it with Fireball.
That was it with Fireball.
Okay. You'll be happy to know. I think, because I went to, I think, a soccer match in Minnesota earlier this year. And I believe Fireball is the official flavored whiskey of Minnesota United. Okay. And they actually had signs around that's like the official flavored whiskey. And I'm like, well, we need official flavored whiskey?
Yes, we absolutely do.
Yeah. By the way, Fireball, if you want to be the official flavored whiskey of Super Awesome Mix, give us a shout at Super Awesome Mix on social media. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
we'll happily take your money and promote the product. All right. Track 9. Daft Punk is Playing at My House by LCD Sound System.
Yeah, LCD Sound System has also been making a lot of appearances on my mixes. And I think it's because I'm actively at that inflection point of like, oh my gosh, I actually really love this, love this sound. Because really, it's like the first time, I mean, he's been producing music for a while. I ignored it for many, many years because every time I tried to listen to it, I was like, I don't get it. Like, what is it about like his music that everyone's really into? But now I just can't get enough. Like it plays and I can't hit stop. I can't hit skip. Like I just want to listen to the entire song. I want to be there for every step of the journey. As repetitive as it can be, like I just get pulled into his songs and I can't, like it won't let up. So I am at that point now where I've just come full circle of embracing LCD Sound System and just loving every single second of it. It's crazy. It took me a while. It took me like 20 years, but I'm here. I'm here now.
I gotta say, I kind of like this song right off the bat.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. No, it felt a little bit like something Cake might produce.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I could see that.
And maybe that's where it kind of connected well in my head, but just the cadence with which he spoke, kind of hits the my house a little bit,
yes.
A lot of it. But I was like, this is pretty good. I don't object to this. So I didn't even think it would take me 50 times to get to that point. Now,
nice.
Now you wisely put it right after Chutes and Ladders. So again, sort of talking about relative position of music. Maybe I was just like, thank God this is just halfway listenable. But yeah, no, I thumbs up on this one. I liked it. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I'm going to get you to come around on Chutes and Ladders. You'll see. So let's move on to your penultimate track. It is Tonight Tonight by Hot Shell Ray.
Yeah. One hit wonder from 2011. These guys are described as a pop band out of Nashville. This song, like, I just thought it was so cheesy when it came out. I was like, what is this? It's not really rock or rap or it's barely pop. It's a little emo with the way his voice sounds, but the song got really popular. So it was like on the radio quite a bit. And then more recently, and I don't know how this happened, but my son somehow discovered it, right? And it's just like, Dad, play this song. And I'm like, this song? And we start listening to it, and he's just delighted by it. Like, he loves it. I mean, he's 8 years old, right? So whatever. Yeah. But I got to admit, I started to come around on this one. It's got kind of a 90s feel to it. Even though it was made in 2011, I totally could have seen it being made in the late 90s by some sort of like weird boy band type thing. It's got kind of a rap thing at the end that's kind of funny, and again, kind of gets the crowd involved. Anyway, now I'm like, this is a fun song. I'm kind of in. So yeah, really, I totally get if you kind of hated this on the mix, but I came around on it, over time.
I have heard this song. I'm not quite there yet to liking it, but I agree with you with everything you said. It's got like that 90s sound for sure. What I kept thinking of when I listened to it is like, it sounds like the type of song you would hear being played in like a Home Goods or a TJ Maxx, where it's like, it's kind of agreeable to everyone. Like no one is going to be sitting there listening to it and being like, "Oh, this song, like I'm going to speak to the manager and get it changed." Because I'll
Yeah.
always remember one time there was like this song, I think it was by Akana Pop, playing like "I crashed my car into the bridge," and watch it, let it burn, and blah blah blah, like that song. If you're familiar, oh,
Don't know that song. Yeah.
okay. Well, it was playing once at like a Sunglass Hut, and like I was like shopping there, and literally a woman went and asked for the manager because she was so upset that they would be playing this song because of the lyrics, because of what this person was singing. It was like this
Wow.
totally inappropriate, like really like kind of Karened out on the manager about the song. um, and so yeah, I just think that's like you play music like this instead, and no one's gonna be upset because you're just kind of like, okay, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a mild song.
Yeah, and much like the brands you might find at like a Home Goods, like it kind of sounds like something you like, but it's just not quite it.
It's not quite it. It's so close, but not there fully.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
not quite.
exactly.
Not quite. But yeah. No, that's funny, and yeah, you're right. Totally agreeable song. There's just nothing objectionable at all in this, so I could see how it became a pop hit. We haven't heard from these guys since though.
Yeah, totally.
All right, your last pick. This is Bodak Yellow by Cardi B.
Yeah, so Cardi B, the first time I heard this song, I hadn't heard of her yet. I think this is kind of like her arrival song that was played a whole bunch. I did not like it. I thought like it just, I don't know, something about the song didn't stick with me. It also didn't help that my friend loved it and she had it on repeat during a road trip for like 6 hours for like 4 of those 6 hours. So it's like,
Wow.
yeah, I feel like it was constantly being played by her because she was obsessed with it. And it's difficult to be introduced to a song that way. I think even if you like it, but by the nth hour of it, you're like, I can't. Please do not play that song anymore. It's like we've referenced this before, but it's like that scene in The Office where they keep singing "Life Is a Highway,"
Yes,
and
yes.
Daryl at some point like makes a phone call, like, please pick up, please call me back. Like he just needs to get out of that car. That's kind of how I feel. But you know what? Like she grew on me, right? So I heard that song. I didn't really care for it. I didn't really listen to her. But then obviously more of her stuff came out, more albums, and I think she's got a new one coming out here soon or is already out. But like incredible musician, incredible artist, incredible rapper. Like she's amazing and her music is so good. So I 100% came around to her, but it took me a minute to appreciate all of that.
So what's funny here is I think we said on a recent episode that you really shouldn't start beef with Cardi B, right? And here
Yes,
you are
yes.
putting her on this mix and saying you didn't like this song at first. Like, so I don't know what you're trying to do here, okay, with you and Cardi B, but I feel like we're one or two more mentions away from being included on a diss track from her.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like it'd be really good publicity. I would get into a diss war with Cardi B. I feel like even if we lost, we would somehow still win.
That's a great point. We could, yeah, we would have to come up with our own form of a diss track, yeah,
Yeah,
in response
a diss
to that.
pod.
But
Diss pod. I don't
diss
know what that
pod.
would be like.
Yeah. No, but you know what? Here's if I could say I have a beef with this song, right? Is that I kept waiting for it to kick in and it never does. It just stays on the same beat the whole time. And I feel like she could have swelled up at some point and done something a little bit more. But it's fine as a song. I didn't like hate it, but I also didn't love it. So I could see though over time how it might wear you down and you like it a little more.
That's a really good note. Yeah, I totally agree. Once you said that, I'm like, yes, that is true. All right. This one I was kind of surprised by, so I'm eager to hear the story here because I thought you were number one fan of this band. So we'll see. But it is Round Here by Counting Crows.
Yeah, you're right. Longtime listeners of the show know I love Counting Crows. I've brought on a lot of their more recent music. I've included them on other mix. But their first two big hits were Mr. Jones and this song. And I didn't really like either one when it came out.
Right.
And I was telling my wife about this mix and I even got to this one and she's like, what? No, that's a great song. I go, I did not like it when it came out. It's such a bummer. And it came out like when I was like, I don't know, a freshman or sophomore in high school, maybe I was older, but like, I remember someone playing it at a party, and I remember asking, like, "Are you trying to get everyone to leave? Like, why are you playing this right now?"
You know what's going to be great? We're so worried about Cardi B trashing us. Like we're going to get we're going to get the Counting Crows to come after us now.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to be like, no. I love you guys, but just this first couple songs, I just wasn't here. I wasn't feeling it. Yeah, this song I think is such a downer, or I remember thinking it was such a downer, and I just couldn't get into it. I don't know. So I was really out on this one. And then over time, and the song is like 30 years old, I started to come around, and I definitely appreciate it a lot more now. And there's probably a nostalgia feel to it as well for when it came out. But yeah, this was one I will fully admit. And look, this is for all the fans out there, okay, of any type of music. Just because you hear one song by an artist, don't dismiss them altogether, right? Like get into their catalog a little bit, and you may not like their big hit, but there might be 50 other songs by them that you would really appreciate. And I think that's the lesson here with Counting Crows is I listened to the rest of that first album. I did like that album. And then all their stuff since then. And like, they've got an album that just came out this year that I can't stop listening to. Like, I love it. And so, anyway, but yeah, around here, it just didn't mesh. This is an important thing. It didn't mesh with where I was at that time in my life. Right.
Sure.
Kind of like the Celine Dion thing earlier. It's just like, yeah, this is a great song, but I'm not listening to this right now. Right. And so again, another lesson there, like, right. It's like, just because you didn't like it at a certain age doesn't mean you couldn't come back and like, be like, oh, actually I am into this song. This is great.
Yeah. Your first point really gave me, another mix idea, which is where we could potentially put together a mix where the most popular song of a band, in our opinion, is actually like their worst song, and that they have like much better songs.
Yes.
I think that would be a really interesting mix, because I can think of a handful just immediately where it's like, yeah, like the pop hit, like whatever they rolled out as a single that got played everywhere is not at all representative of like actually their talent or their skill, whatever it may be.
Right.
There's definitely a lot of music like that.
No, I love that. Yeah, that's definitely going on the list.
Nice.
All right, well, there you have it. Another super awesome mix for your collection. Hopefully there's some on here that you like right off the bat. But if not, I mean, just keep listening to this one because we think you're going to come around. All right. But I'm sure you have your picks out there of songs that you didn't like at first, but then you started to really enjoy. So hit us up at Super Awesome Mix on Instagram and Threads. And of course, check out all the videos on YouTube at Super Awesome Mix. We've got plenty of other mixes to get to. So for Sam, this is Matt, and we will see you next time. Super Awesome Mix is brought to you by DLM. Make shopping easy with DLM, the one-stop shop for all your casual clothing needs. Shop DLMsupplyco.com and enter the promo code AWESOME at checkout to save 15% off your first purchase. That's DLMsupplyco.com.